Welcome to the TRU Artist series, brought to you with the kind compliments of Courvoisier, the official cognac of CropOver 2017. And joining us today is the beautiful, talented lover of an expensive liquor, Shanta Prince. Shanta, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, guys.
So let's start with something, fairly simple. Like, how's the season been treating you so far?
So far, it's been really good. Response to both the songs, even the new one just released, has been really great. Happy about it. Can't complain at all.
Literally just the beginning. Have you
Beginning.
actually started to do any performances, anything like that as yet?
Yeah, I had my first performance last week, Friday, at the Cavalcade.
So your two tunes, are you entering any competitions? Like what's the plan?
With So High,
So High.
which is the one I just released yesterday, that is the plan.
Well, so to this day, what do you think has been like the pinnacle of your career thus far? Like, whether it be like performing at a particular show or in front of a large crowd, or like, can you define like a moment where you were like, oh my God, I can't believe this is where I am?
Well, my sister, my family, even when I got into music, they still were against it in a sense. And the year Stush came out, I didn't actually release it in Barbados first. I released it in Antigua.
Okay.
Because I had a song that year with their star, Tia Winter. And I went down there to do a show called Stage. And I was like, I'm on this show. I had mashup on it and stuff. And Stush released. And I went on the stage that night. And no lie, drag. People in the crowd were singing back the words to me, and I almost broke down in tears. And then they had a big Able Bajan flag. And I think it meant more to me because like my older sister was there.
Yeah.
So it was the first time she saw like me on that level, and then like the way I was treated as an artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because let me be real, sometimes artists don't always get the best of treatment.
Oh, I know.
But
the recognition of you and
but to see that in like 3 days, right, and whole people there, and then I came back home and I was like, oh, you were in semifinals. I was like, wait. So it's like pretty cool. But then the other moment is for Hello. Hello is real special to my heart. That song, I said everything has happened for a reason. It was supposed to be actually working with Shaft again, but it didn't quite work out. And then there was another artist, Second Star, and
Nice. I love him.
It's something about his way of writing that I love, and I was
him.
like, let's hit him up and see whatever. And when we were talking to him, he's like, so we talk about. I was like, honestly, this was like, I said, when you're going on the road, Kaduma Day or Carnival Day, and you're just like walking up behind people, that's your way of saying hello. And the man come back with grab somebody and tell them hello. And I won't lie, that song, I skinned my teeth singing that song for the whole recording. Boy asked me, what you bike line, Marva?
But did you think it was gonna be so big?
In my heart.
In your heart?
In my heart, I know. It's a song that's too special. It makes me like happy. Like, I just knew something was gonna happen. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
I had actually entered it for Sweet Soca, but didn't make semifinals.
Right.
But my mother had said, you know what, something gonna happen. And then, lo and behold, I got a message, and then I had the meeting with, well, it would have been Lime turning over into Flow.
Into Flow at the time. Yeah.
And I was like, yo, okay.
There you go.
That's cool. But then it got even better. I was like, because it was the rebranding of the whole brand, and then it turned into, well, we're going to use the song to launch all 14 Caribbean countries. I was like,
immense.
That's pretty cool.
Huge. Huge.
And so, like I said, like, when you just know something, that song just was like, I was like, something got to happen to this. So if I go on top, city standard, and I don't know, do something, is this a song that you knew something had to happen?
Actually, to that point, I know that you would have had like a lot of like big hits like last year before. Like, when you come to sit down and choose music or write or going to the studio, do you feel that pressure coming through year after year?
I give myself an anxiety attack one time. And it's because there are a lot of pressures. Yes, Barbados, y'all gonna see a real side of me. There, like, for me, it's like this. I've never I've never wanted to be the one-hit wonder.
Agreed,
And let's be honest, especially with the females, there've been a lot of girls who've come and had a good tune, and then you don't know where they
don't hear
went.
about them anymore. Yeah, it's very true.
So-
But I mean, do you think it's harder for the female soca artists? Like,
Yeah, we're judged
a
harder
lot harder.
because you know
You think
what?
so?
Yes, because for us, first thing first, vocally, we're always judged harder because we're the ones expected to be able to sing
really
and do
sing,
all
or
of
belt
this.
out all the notes.
Whereas
So
fellas
great
could come
skill,
and be rough and gruff. And then because we're women, like, you know, they pick us down more if we even have the smallest of bumps.
Yeah, critique a
Then
lot
let's
harder.
talk about, we always have to be eye candy. A fella could get in a t-shirt and a pants.
This is true.
You know, from my hair to my toe.
Gotta be
I
on
mean,
point. You know, you
that's
always
a
on
given.
point. You always on point. You always on
but
point.
they always like comparing the females. But I never see them compare the
They
men.
never do. They never do.
But
You ever hear somebody compare
don't.
Ram and Rick? They're artists. What they bring is just them. But they would say, oh, well, she don't sing that. I don't want to compare the ladies because you know what? For instance, Nikita has a phenomenal voice,
Yeah, she does.
but she chooses songs to suit her,
course.
and it's well. Whereas I choose songs, my vocal range is different than Nikita's. My tone is different,
Mm-hmm.
so and then who I am is different. Like I choose songs that could go from playful and fun
Yeah, your persona.
to
Well, that's
sassy.
gonna ask.
Exactly.
I
So
want to know how you know, make a point of standing out and carving your own niche within this field of all these other individuals.
To be honest, when I first started, I was just doing the cookie cutter what they expected. With the years, but I would say it really happened the year before Stush happened. I had done Waki Waki, which was originally a song written for Destra. And
It's a cool
I was
sidebar.
like, and that is when I would have first met Shaft, and we hung out or whatever, and he's
Man of
like,
the moment.
yeah, he was like, you know, you're real Stush and thing, you know, and whatever. He got to know me, and then like January he hit me, but he's like, I wrote this song, and it perfectly described how I am, and then my older sister related to it.
I know that there's like a handful of writers and producers out there creating this music right now. Good ones, hits, have big hits.
Yeah.
Do you think sometimes people chase that too much?
For me, I listen to a lot of what's happening, and then if I find something, if they're good at, because the song is really, you know, it's a pretty way, it's storytelling.
Yeah.
And it's like there are different ways people can do it, but also because if a writer can write a really great song for someone, but is it going to work for you? Because sometimes writers have one style, so that's why you will only hear them writing for one type of artist.
Correct.
And the funny thing about it, there are a lot of writers that find it very hard to write for females. But a man, they could, you know, they'll be able to talk about whining on a gal or getting this or the party or drinking about rum. But you ask them now to write for me, and it's
Right.
like
These like the female, they don't get it.
lost.
Think that is there like are there taboo areas that you can't go because you're a female in terms of what you want to sing about?
I sing about whatever I feel like.
Yeah.
I go in it. I grew up around a lot of boys. You know, I was kind of a tomboy.
What about Stush and about how Shaf was saying, you know, this sounds like, you know, this is you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Expensive Living kind of continues in that.
Yeah.
I mean, well, yeah, we gotta
To
ask
me,
you
it's like a
about it.
part 2 to Stush. Turn up the volume. Make to 13. As an example,
Yes,
I am in effect. I
Or-
see you. You look nice.
Correct.
As the song says, invitable. I decide upon myself. You know what? I can go and get here, walk up, and I go there. And you know, sometimes, especially if you're in the younger crew,
Right.
you find one dance, so I can't get. No, nobody.
Like, how does it usually work for you, the recording process? You got to be in the studio all day, all night, or you just go and do it later?
Well, the studio Basing Productions. Hello to Mr. Androbus.
That's right.
What we prefer is I prefer to know the song by heart. It doesn't always work that way.
Right.
But
Absolutely.
because when you know it and you don't have to like be concentrating so hard on the lyrics.
Or remember
you,
the lyric.
Yeah, you can like put your own twang on it. So Shaf will send the demo and I will put it back. And then the other thing is when a man is singing the demo, translating it to female.
Correct.
I wish sometimes y'all could hear some of the demo. It's interesting because you're trying to figure out, and then obviously when you have a Trini writer, they
Obviously.
they write with their own
Of
twang
course.
or
right,
whatever.
they
So
got
it'd
the
be like,
culture infused in it, yeah.
So when I be saying both days, like, yeah, I can't be singing. I gotta sing that because I'm a Bajan.
That's right.
Exactly.
Well, that's an interesting thing. I mean, we've done a segment before talking about Barbadian accent and the way we speak and stuff in the music. What do you think about that? Do you feel that, people outside of Barbados want to hear how we sing?
You think they appreciate it?
You ask anybody, I still get asked to this day if I was a Trini. They tell me I don't sound Bajan, Like from day one, I remember this is a couple years ago, I was at a booze cruise. I believe it was the year the bad weather did not permit the cruise and it was in Boatyard.
Correct.
Okay.
And I was on stage. Couple things happened. One, a man won't let go of my foot. And Rick had to be like, my man.
Foot?
Yeah, I was and he was like,
I
I like
remember
sheep
that.
real bad. And
I think I
Rick was
remember
like,
that.
my man.
Like, what
really
up,
sheep
foot?
foot.
I got that right.
And then other thing is, it was a couple guys from, was it Trini, Jungle Juice and whatever. They're like, are you Trini? I'm like,
We want to come to a part of the show that we call the shameless plug.
Shameless plug. You can feel free to sip some of your Courvoisier before you go. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
well, this is your girl, Shanta Prince. And I have 2 songs out this year. Expensive Liquor. You can go and find it on YouTube. And So High. If you want to find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat, it's Shanta Prince, ShantaPrince. Or on Facebook, it's Shanta Prince Music.
Shanta, thank you so much for joining us on the artist series today.
We really, really appreciate you coming.
Thank you for the perspective that you've given us on the industry and being a female in this genre.
Yeah.
Here in the Caribbean.
And your personal touch about what you've experienced and stuff.
Thanks for having me. It was really fun being here, comfortable talking. Because a lot of people, a lot of the time, we don't get this opportunity to give the backstory and the whole, like, how it started and what it is for us.
True. Agreed.
So thanks for having me.
Tell all the people you know.
For real.
All right. Thanks again, guys, for joining us on the TRU Artist series brought by Courvoisier. And we can't wait to chat with you guys next time. Peace.
Yeah.